A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Filling the perimeter spots are Castle and Vassell. And it's Fox. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Champagnie in at the power forwards position. And for Cleveland, the rim protectors standing tall for him, Mobley and Allen. Harden out there with Mitchell. And it's Wade in at the 3 spot. You know, when you break down these teams, Greg, they are excellent on the defensive end.
Yeah, so let's give credit to their coaches. They prepare their teams well, motivating their guys to give that consistent effort.
Now, here's Vassell. Outside, Fox. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Still able to finish through contact. What toughness by Fox.
And here is Mitchell. Wade outside. Lets it go with the 3. And it's Mitchell missing. San Antonio with the ball. Here's Castle. Evan Mobley with the rebound. And so it's Mobley with it. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. Harden outside. Wade outside. From the arc. Rebound San Antonio. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And with the type of defense they played that day, they were able to cause a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, they played with outstanding energy, communicated well, and were very disruptive defensively.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Allen outside. Lets it go from deep. And another miss by Cleveland. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Champagnie. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now, here's Mitchell. 23 points for him the last game against Detroit.
And you could see Allen's eyes light up when he saw the opportunity for that alley-oop and finishing it off in style.
Here's Fox. Wembanyama outside. Here's Castle. And it's off from 3-point range. Cavaliers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Allen finds Mitchell. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Harden. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And what control from Harden inside, adjusting his shot perfectly for that short-range make.
And Greg, with Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award, the Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
And here is Mitchell, following the 3-pointer from De'Aaron Fox. Wade on the wing, covered by Vassell. 6 on the shot clock. Mobley outside. From outside, off the mark. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. A pass to Fox. Back to Wembanyama. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Shot by Champagnie, no good. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Kenny Atkinson. He talked about how difficult it is to match up against Victor Wembanyama. Coach said the biggest concern is Wemby's defense. His rim protection is game-changing. But he told me that it doesn't mean settling for outside shots. It means ball movement and spacing the floor will be key. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Yep, that one goes. Fox has got 7 points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Now, here's Mobley. 14 points from him the last game against Detroit.
And he did a lot of work on the glass as well. He impacted the game on multiple fronts.
Harden Fires from deep. Mobley misses. Spurs leading by 8. On the wing, Fox. From deep. Mobley with the rebound. Cavaliers have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. Wade passes to Mitchell. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Here's Mobley. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Now Fox. He had 16 points in the win against Minnesota. Takes a 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. 10 points for him.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Mobley outside. Back to Harden. Allen a screen on Fox. Harden kicks to Mobley. Mitchell outside. Mobley a screen. And Mobley throws it down.
And that's just opportunistic basketball. Mobley carving out space and then cashing in on the second chance opportunity.
Here's Castle. Turned in an outstanding game against Minnesota. Harden with it. A kick out to Mobley. Drains the three-pointer. Mobley's got 7.
And Mobley is a work in progress from there. Draining the triple should certainly help his confidence.
Vassell sets a screen for Fox. Pass to Champagnie. Lets it go with a 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Harden against Fox. Fires it up. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
Wembanyama outside. Castle finds Fox. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Timeout.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. A different look now for Cleveland. Tyson's checked in. And it's Sam Merrill in for Dean Wade. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for the Spurs. Harper comes in for Stephon Castle. Here is Harden. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Pistons in Detroit.
A gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle. And went up and pulled it down. Mobley soaring.
And Greg, what stands out most about Donovan Mitchell's game?
I think it's his consistency. He's a fearsome scorer pretty much since he set foot in the league. And with his pull-up game, he can get his shot off against anyone.
Now, here's Mobley. He's got 9. Harden, no good. Right side, Fox. And the Spurs scoring again.
I just love the energy that Fox brings to the game. He's been unbelievable scoring it tonight.
Pass to Mitchell. Oh, he jams it right over Wembanyama.
A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
And that's a great look at that slam from our AT&T Connected Cam. San Antonio leading by 6. Here's Champagnie. Back to Harper. Now, here's Fox. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Merrill. Nothing on the board. Back to Mitchell. Pass to Harden. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Wembanyama, a screen on Harden. Here's Wembanyama, covered by Mobley. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. You know, Stan, you look at Wembanyama's frame. Does he need to get any stronger? Put on more muscle, more bulk?
Well, Kevin, of course he could use to improve on his strength, but he's strong enough right now to be one of the best players in the league. We've seen that, but as he gets older, a lot of that strength's just going to come naturally. The scary thing is, for coaches and players around the league, not on his team, this guy's just going to keep getting better.
First one falls for him. Closing out the season, Stan, it's a little bittersweet for the guys who have already said they're going to retire. We're going to miss them.
Yeah, it can lead to some emotional farewell games. And if the guy's a star, even the opposing fans may celebrate his career on that night.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Jared Allen's checked in for Evan Mobley. And Strus is subbed in for Donovan Mitchell. Both shots good from the stripe. And in 2028, Cleveland poised, GA, to welcome the WNBA's 16th franchise.
Reviving the name and branding of the Cleveland Rockers, one of the W's inaugural teams that folded back in 2003, soon back on stage after a quarter-century hiatus. I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Now, here's Fox. 18 points for him, and it's Fox with the jam.
Well, that quickness from Fox will beat you if you're not careful. It's so tough staying in front of him.
To the paint, here's Strus, and he banks in the layup.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
San Antonio leading by 3. Fox passes to Barnes. Back to Fox. Johnson outside. Now here's Barnes. Last game he had 12. Shoots it. James Harden with the rebound. And it's Harden with the ball for Cleveland. We've got 1:28 left to play in the first. Allen with the screen for Harden. Pass to Tyson. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And San Antonio shooting has been tremendous early. Their offense looking primed and ready for this matchup. Now here's Johnson. Hasn't made one yet. Now here's Fox. Not a lot of room. Good on the triple. And the Spurs lead by 6.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
Harden the pass to Strus. Allen up top. And the loss to the Pistons the other night definitely was not himself. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for the Cavaliers. The Spurs also with the sub. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Victor Wembanyama. Four on the shot clock. Here's Schroeder. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
I love the patience Schroeder demonstrated in the pick and roll there, allowing the play to develop.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Schroeder against Fox. And the basket is good. Fox has got 22.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've done a lot of great work from long range. We'll return shortly. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
On the court for San Antonio. In it forward, we'll get to see Johnson and Barnes. Stephon Castle is out there with Harper. And it's Cornette in at the 5 spot. Here's Harper. Jared Allen grabs the miss.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Pass to Strus. Here's Allen. It's blocked. Here's Barnes. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Barnes has got his first 2 points.
Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Back to Allen. Inside. Kicks it out to Schroeder. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Cornette. Spurs leading by 5. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Pass to Harper. Fires from deep. The Cavaliers pull it in. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
Yeah, well, once things start going in that direction, regaining your composure defensively is not easy to do.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thank you, Kevin. The Cavaliers have twin towers with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. Allen said when Evan was first drafted, there were a lot of questions on whether 2 big men could work together in the modern NBA. At this point, I think we've proved to everybody they're wrong. It's all working out, and every single year it gets better. Back over to you, Kevin.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, Castle showing his ability to create and finish when the defense overcommits.
So here we go, Coach. The 2025 Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle.
Yeah, look, Kevin, you can't say too many good things about this guy, but it starts with this. Like all the best players in the league, he plays both ends of the floor. Stephon Castle can take on the assignment of guarding the best player on the other team, and he's a guy whose skills are rapidly improving offensively. The future is great for this guy.
Wade feeling it out a bit, and stolen by Vassell. Cornette kicks to Harper. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Back to Cornette. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. So, Stan, let me pose this question. What do you think is the most important thing to stress in youth basketball?
I think there's 2 things, Kevin, that need to be stressed in youth basketball. The first one is love the game. Make it enjoyable for guys, because look, if kids love it and enjoy it, they'll keep playing it, they'll keep practicing it, and they'll get better. And then the second thing that goes along with that is the fundamentals. You can never do too much work on footwork, ball handling, and things like that.
And so Cornet nails them both.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Pass to Strus. Fires the three. Rebounded by Castle. San Antonio leading by 8. Barnes finds Castle. And here is Harper. Now Cornet. Castle with it. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Pass to Schroeder. Back to Allen. Here's Strus. He takes it in, and he slams it one-handed.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of that.
Harper, no good. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Schroeder outside. Doubled by Vassell. Pass to Wade. Strus kicks to Wade. No good on the triple. Spurs leading by 6. Here's Castle. Now here's Barnes. Wade is covering. The jump hook, and it's good off the back rim and in. Barnes has got 4 points now in the quarter. And here's Strus. He's coming off a 19-point game against Detroit. Schroeder against Harper. Schroeder passes to Allen. And it's Allen slamming it down.
And how about the focus from Allen? Just powering through the physical defense and finding a way to score.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And from the line, he's knocking it down about 71% of the time, and that's a percentage that needs to go up.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Max Strus. And it's James Harden in for Dennis Schroeder. The Spurs also changing it up. Wembanyama, he's checked in for Luke Cornet. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Harper.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Allen.
And Allen impacts the game on all levels. This kid has what it takes.
Barnes outside. Back to Fox. And the 3 off target. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Down low. Allen kicks to Wade. And here's Harden for 3. Vassell grabs the board. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for San Antonio. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Fox looking it over. Wembanyama up high, down hard.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
Harden against Fox. Harden the pass to Merrill. Cleveland moving it around. Harden outside. From downtown. The rebound by the Spurs. Wembanyama has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Castle. Vassell outside. Wembanyama down low. Working on Allen. Fox, no good.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
And they pick up 2. And that's now 9 points for Allen.
Awesome job running the correct route there, and Allen just beating everyone to the right spot. Nice.
Harden against Fox. Pass to Vassell. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Vassell's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now here's Harden. This one for 3. Wembanyama with the rebound. Wembanyama has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And Fox gets it to go.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Mitchell outside. Pass to Merrill. From the arc. Mitchell dials it up from distance.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Castle misses.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
For 3, Mitchell. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Wembanyama has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Castle. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Castle has some of the best body control you'll see in this rookie class.
Harden dishes to Mitchell. Wade passes to Allen. Back to Wade. Castle against Mitchell. And stolen by Vassell. In transition, here come the Spurs. Pass to Wembanyama. Six to shoot. Wembanyama. Wembanyama on the follow. Wembanyama has got the lead up to 12 now for the Spurs.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. San Antonio leading by 12. Now Castle. 5 points in the game. And here's Vassell from the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Vassell's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, this is Vassell's game. He can do that all day.
Harden outside. Fox with the steal. Vassell, the pass to Wembanyama. Yep, it counts. And that's 11 points for Victor Wembanyama. The Cavaliers trail by 17. From deep, Harden. Harden, money from the arc.
No one hits a pull-up like the Beard. I mean, he's perfected the quick stop and pop. And that thing is a deadly shot.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. And Cleveland making a change here. Mobley's checked in, and San Antonio with the change here too. Champagne's checked in. .129 left here in the second. Driving in, here's Castle. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Outside, Fox. Pass to Champagny. Now Castle. They set the screen. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Castle's got 7 points in the game.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And here's Harden. There's 45 seconds left now here in the second. 5 on the clock. His three-pointer's off the mark. Spurs leading by 16. Wembanyama outside. The wide open look here for Fox. No good from outside.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Pass to Harden. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Castle. Castle's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now Wembanyama. And here is Fox, guarded by Harden. Floats it up for Wembanyama. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. Now we've got a moment of force. Allie.
I have Kenny Atkinson alongside. Coach, I hear you tell the team, limit their easy baskets. How do you create some easy ones in your own right?
Well, first, let's get out and transition ourselves. I think we're walking the ball up, and I think their defense is set. We can't create anything when their defense is set.
All right, got to get them moving. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Allie, thank you. And, folks, we'll be back with you right after this halftime break.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we start out with the Western Conference and how those teams are stacking up?
Looking at San Antonio, last week of the season, they want the playoffs to start, but they still got to take care of business.
Interesting time. You want to avoid injuries, but also not lose your momentum.
Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
They know they don't have to keep shooting threes, right? When you're this cold, you just can't keep tossing up anything. It's freezing in here, Ernie.
Oh, I get it. He's cold. Ernie, you get it? I mean, I guess, yeah, it's pretty hard to win that way.
Good stuff, fellas. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, the way I see it, it's an added bonus. And you can see team chemistry really growing as a result of him racking up the assists.
And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Cavaliers. It's an 18-point game. The big men on the floor for him, Mobley and Allen. Harden out there with Mitchell. And it's Wade in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson.
You really got to hit Allen if you want to stop him. Just so long and strong from there.
Here's Wembanyama. And here's Vassell from the arc. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Ring shot on the way. Good on the shot. And that's now 7 points for Donovan Mitchell.
Textbook feed from Allen, a big man who helps facilitate the offense.
Outside, Fox.
Hey, who got him?
Pass to Champagnie. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And the basket by Castle.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Harden draws the double. The tray. Vassell grabs the board.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Coach Kenny Atkinson demanding that Evan Mobley stay in attack mode the entire game. And Mobley said, I have a lot of different skill sets that I can bring to the table. Being out there and challenging myself is going to sharpen them and get them where they need to be. Back to you guys.
On the rise. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. For three, Mitchell. It's good from long range. Mitchell's got 10.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Fox against Harden. Pass to Champagnie. Now Wembanyama. Shot clock at 5. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Well, they came out of the locker room with a purpose. 4 for 4 already in the half.
Mitchell in the corner. Offline with his 3.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And the speed of De'Aaron Fox. Wow. GA, he gets up the court in a hurry.
And you combine his water bug quickness with the towering size of Wembanyama. It's a 1-2 punch that promises to confound opponents for years to come.
Here's Wembanyama. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Right now, let's check out the standings in the Eastern Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Take a look at the Cavaliers. They've had a great season and will look to extend that into the playoffs.
And seeing where the Cavaliers are, they're in a good spot. Looking to generate some momentum heading into the playoffs. I don't see them resting anyone. They want to finish strong.
Now here's Allen. 11 points in the game. Here's Wade. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Shot clock at 6. Over Castle. And another miss by Cleveland.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
And Fox gets it to go.
And amazing what they're doing on offense here. Perfect from the field to start the half.
Out to Wade. Pass to Harden. Now Mitchell. The 3. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. Vassell outside. Back to Fox.
Hey, yo, right here.
Castle on the wing. The three-pointer, no good. And so it's Mobley with it. He'll bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Get there, get there.
Vassell against Wade. Allen, a screen on Vassell to the inside. There's Allen. That's good on the assist by Wade. Allen's got 13.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Vassell sets a screen for Fox. Castle on the wing. Buries the long-range jumper. Castle's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Spurs. Pass to Allen. Allen, a screen on Fox. Wound up there for Allen. The shot misses.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
Well, it's not easy to time that up. Just not quite in sync there.
Wembanyama finds Castle. Back to Wembanyama. It's number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
Look, if I'm one of his teammates, I just keep getting him the ball. He has been lights out.
And the Cavaliers call time here. Without question, De'Aaron Fox displaying his skills today.
And he's on fire from beyond the arc there. It's time to start shaping their game plan around stopping this long-range assault.
And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal numbers for De'Aaron Fox.
This is such a hard stat category to predict year over year. You can have a year where you're just on fire, racking up a steal or 2 per game. And then other years, it just doesn't work that way. Doesn't mean he's a non-factor on defense. He helps his teams in other ways.
Cleveland moving the ball around. Mitchell wide open. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
Pass to Allen. Mitchell outside. Looking to end the run. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3. Stan teams take more threes now than ever before. More than double the average attempts we saw in the 90s.
Well, I think what's happened, Kevin, is we just have more guys who can shoot the ball. So in the 90s, you might have had 2 guys who shot the ball well from 3 and made it a good shot. Now, on a lot of teams, virtually everyone on the roster can shoot the 3. If we have more guys on the floor who can space out and shoot the 3, we're going to have a lot more attempts and a lot more efficiency on those attempts.
And people still talk about Mitchell being undersized. I think he's proven his athleticism more than makes up for that.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Merrill's checked in, and San Antonio also making a switch. Barnes is checked in. And he's good on the second. And he nails the third. San Antonio's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Harden outside. A 3-ball. The rebound by the Spurs. Wembanyama has got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. And he makes that one. Wembanyama has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And you don't anticipate a guy over 7 feet tall pulling up and drilling a shot like that.
For 3, Mitchell. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Wembanyama puts it up from 12. Nice jump shot. Good. Wembanyama has got 25 points in the game. Cavaliers have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Mobley outside. Mitchell outside. A 3-pointer off the mark. The Spurs shooting an impressive 65%, having their way with this defense. Barnes looking around. Pass to Castle. Off target from 3-point range. And so it's Mobley with it. He'll bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. For 3, Mitchell. And a great assist by Allen as that one goes in. Allen's got 4 assists now tonight. Now Castle. Here's Champagnie. Now Castle. Covered by Mitchell. On the wing, Fox. Over Harden. Fox, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's the three. Another shot. And he sinks the layup. Fox has got 4 points in the quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And for the Cavaliers, they're shooting reasonably well, 45%. Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell. Again, Mitchell missing.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Pass to Castle. From down in the low post, it goes. Castle's got 15 points.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Harden kicks to Mitchell. Here's Merrill. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Mitchell in the corner. The 19-foot shot. Here's Allen. And Allen slams it in.
A superb offensive rebounder. Allen's long arms and feel for how to get positioning helps big time.
Wembanyama, a screen on Mitchell. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
Pass to Harden. Mobley sets the pick for Harden. From outside, off the mark.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
People have said, Greg, he is a system unto himself. In fact, he said it about himself. James Harden's ability, GA, to break down defenses remains in rarefied air.
And even as he's lost a step now, his supreme skill level ensures he remains a threat on a nightly basis.
Back to Harden. For the three, hits the three-point bomb. 12 points for him.
In that time, converting off the catch. Harden showing a little bit of everything tonight.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
A different look now for Cleveland. Tyson's checked in. And Strus is subbed in for Mitchell. .116 left in the third. Barnes outside, and a wide open look for Wembanyama. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
Well, and after making just one triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Schroeder. How the second half of the season has shaped up for him. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Yeah, you need someone who can organize that second unit and keep things moving along. A tremendous asset, highly valued by a coaching staff.
San Antonio's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. They double-team Wembanyama. Johnson for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Harper. Harper's got 3 assists now in this one.
Hey, get on finish.
Schroeder passes to Allen. Here's Tyson. There's the triple. Oh, my. He'll go to the line with a chance for a 4-point play. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. The Cavaliers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Dean Wade, he's checked in for Sam Merrill. Ryan's checked in for the Spurs. And the free throw, no good. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Outside Harper. Pass to Johnson. Back to Harper. Three-pointer. Drills it from outside. Harper's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Tyson. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Big-time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
Oh, man, that's like stealing 3 points. Big-time finish to the quarter.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs, having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, he's a consummate floor general, surveying the defense and delivering the pass on time and on target.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the floor for San Antonio starting the 4th quarter, they've got Bryant. Luke Cornett is out there with Harrison Barnes. Then it's Johnson, and it's Harper in at the 1 spot.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Harden against Harper. The kick out to Bryant. Off target from outside.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Bryant dishes to Harper. Back to Bryant. Pass to Johnson. And with so many teams, Stan, filling roster spots with rookie contracts, the importance of drafting well continues to rise.
Well, absolutely it does, Kevin. The quicker you can get those guys up to speed and helping you on their rookie contracts, where they're at least relatively lower priced, helps your salary cap situation, helps you fill out the roster with quality play.
And, you know, if you score on Harden, this guy's going to take it personal. Answers right back.
Harper the pass to Cornett. Now, here's Johnson. The Spurs working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
G8, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
Yeah, look, never tempt a guy with a sure thing. No surprise to see him taking advantage like that.
The shot no good. Tyson. For San Antonio, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Outside Harper. Back to Cornett. Pass to Johnson. And it's Tyson with the rebound. Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. And Bryant throws it down.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Outside Harper. Now Cornett. Johnson surveying the floor. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Well, everything Johnson does on the court, he does with force.
Strus with it. Wade on the wing from outside the arc. Johnson with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Outside Harper, over Harden. Harper, no good.
Even though it hasn't been his best game, they're still up, and that's what's important.
Strus in the corner. Krills the three-pointer.
Oh, heady pass by the Beard, finding his teammate for the triple.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Harper. Barnes outside, puts up a three, and it's Tyson with the rebound. Cleveland's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. The three from Strus. Rebound San Antonio. And here is Harper. Left side, Bryant. Barnes outside. There's the screen. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. Olynyk, he's checked in for Luke Cornett. Here's Mitchell. We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. Greg, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, able to use camera tracking to assess credit and blame, right? So maybe the little things in winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore.
Barnes kicks to Olynyk. Out left to the wing. Harper wide open. No good from outside.
Well, you look at the score in this game, it's not reflective of the night he's had. He's struggled.
Mitchell against Bryant. Mitchell passes to Wade. Just 5 on the clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. The Cavaliers again can't hit. And Barnes has got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Olynyk, a screen on Mitchell. Johnson can't hit. The Cavaliers have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Pass to Strus. Mitchell outside. The Cavaliers with another miss.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
And that one is good.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And GA, just when you think you've seen it all, last season a father and son playing as teammates, NBA history continues to be made with the Jameses.
Yeah, LeBron and Bronny James taking the court together. And if other players can emulate the longevity of LeBron, perhaps it won't be the last time we see it happen.
Pass to Olynyk. And here is Johnson. From past the arc. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Mobley's got his 7th rebound here tonight. To the middle, Allen. And slam dunk by Allen.
More from Allen. Can pile up points without wasting possessions. Very economical.
Harper kicks to Olynyk. Pass to Johnson. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Cavaliers shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Allen finds Strus. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And I like that Mobley keeps his options open. He knows by making that pass, it could lead to something better.
And here's Harper from the arc. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mobley's got 8 rebounds in this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Pass to Strus. Fires the 3. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Harper up top, covered by Mitchell. Harper the pass to Olynyk. Here's Johnson. Back to Olynyk. And the dunk by Olynyk.
Man, Olynyk really throwing it down with some power.
The Cavaliers shooting the ball at 42%. Mitchell passes to Strus. Allen with the screen for Strus. And it's off from three-point range. For San Antonio, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. So, GA, between the NBA Cup, the play-in, the new All-Star game formats, the NBA not averse to some experimentation.
No doubt. And listen, not all the ideas have been successful, right? But overall, that willingness to innovate has paid off. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should the NBA.
That's good from Barnes. James Harden, he's checked in for Cleveland. The Spurs also with the sub. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. That one is no good. Now Allen. Pass to Harden. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And this is Harden's specialty, one of the best in the league at drawing contact, and yet still able to convert.
Luke Cornett, he's checked in for the Spurs. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Harrison Barnes. They throw good, James Harden. There are some who will say, GA, there are too many threes being taken in today's NBA. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, if we're cutting back on something, how about free throws? The three-point shootout is arguably the best part of All-Star Saturday, but nobody wants to watch a free throw contest.
Yeah, you have to give him a lot of credit here. He's turned things around after a disappointing first half.
Allen outside. Back to Harden. Wade on the wing, shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Cornett. Spurs have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Here's Harper. And the rejection by Harden. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. Shot's good by Mitchell.
You got to chase Mitchell out of the corner, or he will drain those all night.
Now here's Harper. Johnson outside. Lets it go from deep. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Mobley's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Allen. Good for the basket, number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
And this is where Allen should look to score because he's got the size and length.
Harper the pass to Olynyk. Johnson outside. Olynyk sets a screen for Johnson. Back to Olynyk. Launches a 3. That one falls coming off Johnson's feet. Johnson's got 4 assists now tonight.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Spurs.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And this team, obviously one of the elite teams. They have played with heart and passion for the game all season long, and the wins for them just keep rolling along. And tonight, it'll make win number 63.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with one left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Victor Wembanyama.
Well, you know, his work on the glass was a key factor, helping to turn the tide as far as the possession game, and so often that's the difference.
Pass to Olynyk, launches it. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Wade with it. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that about wraps it up. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. And now, our player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.